All right, guys, time now for some Q&A. I know what you guys want to talk about, the safety injury. Maybe talk about Michael Gallup, too. I did see him mention about John Vay Johnson. He's on IR, guys. There you go. Use hashtag Cowboys. Get your questions on the show. All right, Blake starting off hot with us here. I appreciate people who call me Tommert. I don't know why they're doing that, but it's funny. Can we get rid of Sean Lee or trade him because he's always injured? But he's been healthy so far. Again, I don't like the idea of making my team worse for draft picks right now. This is not a rebuilding process. I want Sean Lee out there, if only to help mentor and play 15, 20 snaps a game. So, no, I don't have much interest in getting rid of Sean Lee right now. He already restructured his deal. You're not going to cut him. I say keep him out there. Kevin Hanson with a funny comment here. Says, bring back safety Bill Bates. Respect. Why don't we go ahead and also bring back Darrin Woods? He's in pretty good shape, too. I appreciate the comment there, Kevin. It's pretty funny there. All right, the Popos. Do we really need Jalen Ramsey? I saw someone else mention, hey, let's throw Jalen Ramsey at safety. Well, no, he wants to be a cornerback, guys. On the Jalen Ramsey front. If you follow me on Twitter, at WhatGoingDowney, you already know my thoughts on it. But for Ramsey, look, A, he's made some comments on how he doesn't want to play for Jerry Jones because they did not take him. B, he's expensive. Do you want to give up a first-round pick for a corner you're going to lose in a year and a half? Don't think that's the right option there. All right, KNightmare DC4L. How about promoting Alumba to the active roster? It's a funny typo there. And playing Cheeto at free safety, just in case Wilson isn't ready. Awuzie has played safety before. But I don't think you'll see the Cowboys move him to free safety. They like him at corner. He's played fine at corner so far in his NFL career. If you're going to move anybody to safety in a pinch, I'd actually move Byron Jones there and then get Jordan Lewis out there more at corner. And then in terms of promoting Alumba, you have to make a roster move. So anybody out there that wants to add a safety, be it Eric Gray, which I'm sure we'll get to in a little bit here in the comments, or somebody else, you got to cut somebody too. And it's really two somebodies because Robert Quinn's about to come back from his suspension. That exemption expires tomorrow. All right, Dominic, should we trade Byron Jones and Taco for Jalen Ramsey? If the Jags accepted that deal, why not? You're in reality getting 2 years of Jalen Ramsey instead of, like, in theory, I guess, one of Byron Jones, and you free up a roster spot in Taco. Here's the thing, guys. People don't want Taco. He doesn't have any value, even if it is Taco Tuesday right now. So from that front, you got to offer more than Byron Jones and a bust first-round pick in Taco Charlton. All right, Diego, does Woods being out hurt the safety position? I don't know. Does a bear shit in the woods? Of course it hurts. Like, it's a pretty big blow. Now, we'll see how the Cowboys adjust to it and how Thompson plays, how Donovan Wilson plays. Maybe that'll be our post-week 3 film study. But yeah, kind of a big loss when you lose one of your best playmakers in the secondary. Reminder, folks, I am wearing this awesome new Kashiyama suit. Get one of your own. You can call that number or just text Mick. 214-446-9037. Get yourself a custom-fitting suit from Kashiyama. It's same prices as the other major suits out there. About $300 is where they start. It's custom fitted. It's sleek. It breathes well. The AC isn't even on right here. I don't know what the productions or the building management's doing here, but I'm not sweating in this brand new Kashiyama custom fitted suit. Kyle Clements wants to know if I think Taco gets cut. I know he means Taco, not Tuco. Again, funny type this morning. It's early. It's okay. All right. To cut room for Robert Quinn. They will try to trade him. If they don't find a trade partner, I think it's pretty likely that Robert Quinn or Taco Charlton is cut to make room for Quinn. All right, Antonio Jenkins. Will the Cowboys defense allow a score against Miami? I'm going to go with yes. At least one. Maybe it's probably garbage time. They're going to blow them out of the water. I am certainly not expecting a shutout, especially with, well, how else do we put it? Xavier Woods out for at least this game and several more as well. All right, film productions, possible Taco trade locations, and compensation. I don't know. Miami makes sense, but, like, there aren't that many teams that want a player who can't even get on the Cowboys' 46-man active game day roster. It's not great right now for the Cowboys. Again, guys, use hashtag Cowboys to get your questions on the show. So if you have Eric Berry questions, because I'm sure we'll get to those here in a little bit, make sure you're using hashtag Cowboys here live on the show. It makes it a lot easier for producer Harrison to find them behind the scenes. And a big ups to Harrison here for producing the show today, because we were in kind of a tricky spot this morning. All right, Anarchy915, can we trade for Ramsey? Can? Yes, of course you can. Will? I would actually be pretty surprised. It's not really the Cowboys' MO. Like, they didn't want to give away first-round pick for Minkah Fitzpatrick. I told you that, assuming you guys are subscribed and watched yesterday's show. But Ramsey's great. The problem is, what are you going to give up? Like, Jags want picks. They want a first-round pick and then some. I don't think Dallas is going to do that, because the biggest issue for Dallas is Ramsey also wants a big, fat new contract and a totally market resetting contract. I don't think you're going to see Dallas willing to hand that out to Jalen Ramsey. All right, Nightmare DC for life. Is it possible that we play a 2 running back set with Pollard and Zeke and use Pollard as a slot receiver? I think it's possible. I think that is a wrinkle that exists in the playbook, but so far we haven't seen it shown by Kellen Moore. I'll also make note, this is not the game coming up against the Dolphins that you show all of your tricks. You can tease stuff, but you probably want to use more out there. Now, Pollard's ability as a receiver does make it a little bit easier in light of the Gallup and Tavon Austin injuries. Problem is, Cobb's a slot receiver who can maybe play outside, but Wilson's kind of also a slot receiver. If Tavon can't go, you might be in a little bit of a tricky spot overall when it comes to your receiver depth. That's why the Cowboys worked out 2 receivers today. I'm just going to go with exclusive or exclusivic, whatever it is, 2010. Please start Jordan Lewis. Can I get a free Jordan in the comment section? I think that would be ideal for the Cowboys. I think he's better than Anthony Brown. If you got to move Byron to cornerback just to get by for a couple days or games, I'm okay with that, because it does open up time for Jordan Lewis. One note here, I don't think playing Jordan Lewis at safety is the route to go. He is a nickel corner. I want to keep him in that role. All right, how worried are you guys about Woods' injury? Grade it for me on a scale of 1 to 10. Let me know in the comment section. Again, we continue to deal with the Xavier Woods injury fallout here live on Facebook, live on YouTube. How worried are you about the Xavier Woods injury? Grade that for me on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm at a 5, maybe a 6 right now. Check in with me again in a couple of games. All right, Adam Burke. Why can't Wilson play outside? Well, he can play outside. Maybe I misspoke there. But he's mostly played slot in the preseason for the Cowboys. That was kind of his main role. But he does have a pretty good deep ball tracking ability. My point there was more the Cowboys would prefer, if Tavon can't go, to keep Wilson as a slot receiver and keep Devin Smith as the number 2 on the outside. All right, Fred Woods. Woods' injury will more solidify my prediction. Donovan Wilson will replace Jeff Heath before year's end, given his opportunity to play. I wouldn't mind that outcome. That means Donovan Wilson impressed and earned a shot over a player the coaching staff likes. I did make a note here a couple weeks ago. I can't even remember what show it was on. The way for Wilson to get on the field was going to be through an unfortunate injury to somebody. Maybe Xavier Woods is going to be that injury that sets things up here for Donovan Wilson. But for now, Darian Thompson is the projected starter for the Dallas Cowboys. All right, Gamer Boy here. Is it possible Garrett still loses his job to Kellen Moore after we win the Super Bowl? I doubt it. Unless Jason Garrett decides to, retire. I don't see the Cowboys saying, Jason Garrett, great job. You were the head coach. You led us to a Super Bowl. You kept the team together. Yeah, you weren't the play caller, but you were the head man. Now you're fired. That's really not how it's not how coaches and front offices and all of that operate there. So that's my mindset there. All right, guys, if you want more highlights, breaking news, film studies, mailbags, and rumors, the link is below to subscribe, youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. Again, youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report. We will keep you covered with all kinds of stuff. I had planned to come in and work on the film study this morning. We'll see when I get that out now, because we got this whole Xavier Woods drama to deal with. All right, Ajay, next up here. What are we going to do about Taco? I think he's done. I don't think he's back on the Cowboys roster after this week. Now, unless they want to surprise and put someone on IR, which I don't think that's the route they're going to go. Both the Woods and Gallup injuries should be healthy before that Week 8 timeline. I don't think you're going to see the Cowboys make a move beyond getting rid of Taco. They'll try and trade him. I don't know if teams are offering because they know what we all know. He's gone starting Wednesday. Now, get some more comments here again, guys. Use hashtag Cowboys. Big Carl Padgett, or Padgett, depending on how it's pronounced. Do you think the D-line scheme is predictable? Well, I mean, look, beyond stunts, there's really not a whole lot you can do with a defensive line scheme. I mean, you can have creative, zone blitzes if you want. You can try and disguise blitzes, but for your defensive linemen, they're doing one of a couple things. They're going to run in a straight line. They're going to angle at a certain deflection there. And you saw it work on a stunt against the Redskins with Tyrone Crawford getting the sack on that particular play. So, yeah, it is predictable, but you're not going to have a ridiculous amount of creativity from a defensive line, except in obvious passing down situations, because most of that creativity really aren't so much run stunts as they are passing blitz stunts. All right, Mitchell Renz here. Should the Cowboys sign Eric Berry? There it is. Look, if Eric Berry were healthy, he'd be signed, right? He would already have been signed. So that's where we sit with Eric Berry. If he's healthy, bring him in, although he's really more of a strong safety at this point than a free safety. So I don't anticipate Eric Berry. We know the Cowboys are monitoring him. But until he gets healthy, and I don't know when that's going to be, could be tomorrow, could be 3 days from now, could be a month from now, could never happen again, frankly. Until that happens, I don't think you're going to see Eric Berry with the Dallas Cowboys. Kevin Hanson, should the Cowboys bring back Dez to fill in for Gallup now that he isn't galloping very well? First off, I like the joke in there. I don't think it makes sense to bring back Dez Bryant. Like, by the time, look, he has himself said he's targeting an October return to the NFL, which doesn't fit the Gallup timeline, right? Gallup's healthy by then. So all you would do is bring in Dez to get ramped up, only to not play because you're playing Cobb and Cooper and Gallup in front of Dez Bryant. That doesn't make a ton of sense for Dez Bryant to sign with a team and then all of a sudden, oh, I'm not playing at all. Why'd I bother signing? I'm not helping my stock long term. Stevie Mac asks, what about TJ McDonald? He's a free agent, had 83 tackles and 3 interceptions last season. It's an intriguing idea. I don't love McDonald. I think that makes sense if you want just another option there. They could always investigate bringing back George Iloka too. But I think those guys all make a lot of sense there for the Dallas Cowboys if they want to add a player. But remember, if you're signing a safety and you already got 5 on the roster, you're going to have to move somebody, be it a safety, an offensive lineman, somebody, because the Cowboys already have enough bodies on that front. All right, Darrin Armstrong, how will Quinn do his first week back? I'm hoping he can get a sack, at least one. The Dolphins' offensive line, how do I put this delicately? It's trash. It's the worst offensive line in the NFL, so I don't think Tank plays a ton. They'll probably limit Quinn, kind of have an ease-up ramp week in for him, but I think he'll make some plays against, by the way, his old team. All right, guys, reminder, make sure you are subscribed to us here on YouTube. The link is below. Hit that big red button. Hey, Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.